So, hello everyone, my name is Regina M. Sulagan, and today we will discuss about the people and water, ocean, coast, coral reefs, and ecology of seaweeds. So the connection between people and marine ecosystem, it emphasizing the role of coral reefs, coastal communities, and seaweed in sustainability. It also encourage mindful conservations to protect biodiversity and support livelihoods. So here's the content. First is importance of different bodies of water. Second, marine habitats and their importance. Third is the ecology of seaweeds. Fourth, the role of seaweeds for humans. 5 is strategies for sustainable seaweeds harvesting. Last is sustainable aquaculture practices. The fundamental rule that bodies of water, especially ocean, play in sustaining life and shaping human existence. So, if you can say, the left section explain how all water sources contribute to survival, from providing drinking water and food to supporting industries like agriculture and fishing. It also emphasizes the role in climate regulation, cultural significance, and life form. So the right section focuses on ocean, detailing the role in climate stability, oxygen production, biodiversity support, economic contribution, and cultural importance. The coastal landscape visually reinforces the connection between people and the sea, showing nature's and beauty and power. And its core, this image serve as reminder that water is life and ocean are the heart of our planet balance. So coastal areas. Coastal areas are crucial for sustaining biodiversity, protecting against natural disaster, supporting economic activities like fishing and trade, preserving cultural heritage, and offering space for creation and research. They play a role in climate change, regulation, and community well-being. So we all know that coastal area are not just places where land meets river. They are living, breathing species that shape communities, livelihoods, and identities. They hold stories of resilience where fishermen sit still at dawn, hoping for a good catch. Also, and families gather at sunset, finding solace in the rhythm of the waves. So, these shores are the backbone of economies, providing sustenance through fishing, trade, and tourism, while acting as silent protectors against natural's fury, buffering storms and tides. So beyond their practical importance, coast embody deep cultural and historical significance. They are woven into tradition and the soul of countless generations. They inspire innovation, driving efforts to safeguard marine ecosystem and adapt to the challenges of climate change. To protect them isn't just about conservation, it's about preserving a way of life, ensuring the future generation can still walk barefoot on the sand, listening to the ocean lullaby, and find home in its embrace. River and lakes. If you can see, guys, river and lakes are vital sources of life, providing water for drinking, farming, and industry while nurturing a ecosystem and communities. They serve as cultural landmarks, connecting people through tradition and livelihoods. Beyond their beauty and utility, they have deeply a crucial role in climate regulation and disaster mitigation. However, the pollution and overuse threaten their health, making conservation essential for future generations to continue benefiting from their gifts. Receiving these fresh water bodies means safeguarding both nature and the human stories intertwined with them. That's all.
Afternoon everyone, I am Hinara Bidusada and my assigned topic is marine habitats and their importance. So marine habitats including coral reefs, mangroves, seagrass beds, and deep seas are vital for biodiversity, climate regulations, livelihoods, and coastal protection, recreation, and medical research. They face threats like overfishing, pollution, and climate change, making their conservation crucial for sustaining life and maintaining Earth's health. Marine habitats such as coral reef, mangroves, seagrass beds, and deep oceans are essential for the health of the planet. These support many species of life, help control the Earth climate, and provide resources for people. However, they face threats like pollution, overfishing, and climate change, which make their protection is very important. So, for example, coral reefs. Coral reefs are being harmed by warmer oceans, which cause cor- which cause coral to bleach and die. This is a sign that we need to take care of our ocean and protect these habitats. So next is coral reefs, known as the rainforest of the sea. Coral reefs support immense biodiversity, protect coastline from erosion, and provide livelihoods through fishing and tourism. So ang coral reef ay tinatawag na rainforest ng dagat dahil marami silang hayop. Tinutulungan nila protektahan ang mga baybayin mula sa mga bagyo at nagbibigay ng kabuhayan sa mga tao sa pamamagitan ng pangingisda at turismo. Oh, for example, ang Great Barrier Reef sa Australia ay isang halimbawa ng coral reef na maraming buhay sa dagat at umaangkit pa ng mga turista na tumutulong sa ekonomiya. So next is mangroves. These salt-tolerant trees act as natural shields against storms and flooding, store carbon, and serve as a nursery for many marine species. Ang mga mangroves forest ay mga puno sa tabi ng dagat na tumutulong protektahan ang mga puok mula sa bagyo at baha. Nag-iimbak din sila ng carbon at mahalaga sila para sa mga maliliit na isda at iba pang hayop sa dagat. For example, ang mangroves sa Pilipinas ay tumutulong protektahan sa mga komunidad mula sa malalakas na bagyo at baha at mahalaga sila sa buhay ng mga hayop sa dagat. So next is seagrass beds. Vital for water quality, carbon storage, and supporting species like sea turtles and dolphins. Seagrass beds are key to healthy coastal ecosystem. So seagrass beds are very important for for the health for the health of our oceans. They help clean the water, storm carbon, and give shelter to marine animals like turtles and dugongs. They also crucial for overall balance of coastal areas, helping prevent soil erosions. So, for example, seagrass beds in coastal areas filter water filter water and protect the shorelines from getting washed away. They also provide a home for a baby fish. So last is deep ocean ecosystems. The last explore habitats. The deep ocean regulates Earth's climate. Earth climates host unique life forms and are reservoirs of untapped resources, including machines. So, ang deep ocean ecosystem ay mga lugar sa ilalim ng dagat na hindi pa masyadong napag-aralan. Mahalagang bahagi sila dahil tumutulong silang kontrolin ang klima ng mundo. May mga kakaibang hayop at may mga yaman na pwede nating magamit tulad ng gamot. For example, ang mga hayop sa ilalim ng dagat tulad ng mga kumikislap na isda ay nakakatulong sa mga siyentipiko para makagawa ng mga panibagong gamot.
Good afternoon, sir. My topic is all about the ecology of seaweeds. Seaweeds are essential in marine ecology as a primary producers, habitat for marine life, and contributors to nutrient cyclings. They protect coastlines, sequester carbons, and supports biodiversity. Seaweed serves vital ecological function in marine ecosystem. It is a habitat provider which acts as a shelter and breeding ground for a variety of marine species, including fish, invertebrates, and microorganisms. It presents contributes to maintaining biodiversity. It is also served as a food source and a primary producer supplying food for marine animal directly or indirectly herbivore species such as sea urchin and certain fish rely on it as their main diet. It also has carbon sequestration. Seaweeds absorbs carbon dioxide from the water and air during photosynthesis, reducing greenhouse gases and mitigating climate change's impact. It also has nutrient cycling. By absorbing nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus, seaweed helps improve water quality and regulate nutrient level within marine environments. Seaweed also has erosion and coastal protection. Dense seaweed beds, especially kelp forests, act as natural barriers against wave action, protecting shoreline from erosion and storm. And also, seaweed serves oxygen production, contribute to oxygen generation through photosynthesis which support marine life and global atmospheric balance. The types of seaweed and their significance. Reed seaweed, Capapicus, known for its industrial application, and seaweed is a primary use for producing carrageenan, a thickening and stabilizing agent in food and cosmetic. It also supports coastal economic through aquaculture. Capapicus derived carrageen, which is used in various industries like food, as a thickener and stabilizer in dairy products like yogurt, ice cream, also a plant-based milk and processed food. It also used in cosmetic industry like skincare products like lotion cream for its moisturizing properties. In marine species, Capapicus provide a shelter, food, and breeding grounds for various marine life. It also serves as a primary food source for herbivore fish, sea urchins, and other marine animals. Kelp seaweeds. Commonly used in fertilizer, brown seaweed enriches soil with essential nutrients like potassium and iodine. It also plays a role reducing coastal erosion by forming dense underwater forests that act as natural barriers. Kelp seaweed provides habitat for the diverse marine life including fish, invertebrates, and microorganisms. If you ask what is invertebrates, invertebrates are animals without backbones or spinal columns, which is example sea urchin, jellyfish, squid, octopus, clams, lobster, and shrimps. And also, if you ask the microorganism, it also are that it microorganism says that it is the tiny living organism that can only seen with microscope, like bacteria found in marine environment, soil, and human gut. Example, archaea, similar to bacteria but often found in extreme environment. Also, fungi that decompose organic matter. Green seaweed. Value for its nutritional benefits. Green seaweed is packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. It's commonly consumed in diet and can boost health with a high fiber and iodine content, which is green seaweed belongs to the phylum Chlorophyta and are characterized by their green color due to the presence of chlorophyll. Example is sea lettuce or Olva lactoca. It provides food and habitat for marine animals, also contribute nutrient cycling, and serve as indicator of a water quality.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Arlo Iaginid, and this is my report about the role of seaweeds for humans. Seaweeds are valuable for humans as a nutrition food source, a provider of health benefits, an industrial resource, and an environmental ally. They also support coastal economies through farming. Economic contribution. Seaweeds farming provides livelihoods for coastal communities, contributing to various industries like food, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, animal feed, and biofuels, making significant economic and ecological contribution. Health and nutrition. Seaweeds are nutritional powerhouse rich in vitamins, mineral, and antioxidant, including B12, iron, calcium, fiber, and omega-3, offering benefits like thyroid support, antioxidant properties, cardiovascular health, digestive health, and anti-inflammatory effects, and immune system support. Cultural significance. Seaweeds hold immense cultural significance, extending beyond their nutritional value to encompass food, medicine, spiritually, and art, representing a deep connection to the ocean environment and communities that depend on them.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today I will discuss the strategy for sustainable seaweed harvesting. So the first one is avoid overharvesting. Rotational harvesting is the key to maintaining seaweed population and their surrounding ecosystem by allowing area to recover before reharvesting. This approach supports biodiversity and ensure the sustainability of marine habitats. So for example, rotating harvesting over several years to allow seaweed to regrow. So number two, as training farmer, providing education on eco-friendly method and advanced technology empowered farmers to adapt and practice that are both efficiency and environmental responsible. This include minimizing habitat disruption and ensuring optimal seaweed regrowth. So for example, kanang mga cooperative seaweed farming in Mindanao.
Good afternoon, everyone. I learned in this topic for sustainable aquaculture practices. To sustain the sustainable procedure in aquaculture to produce of seafood while protecting the environment and the water ecosystem. 2. Integrated multi-trophic aquaculture. Sa pamamagitan nito ay nagpapababa ng basura sa pamamagitan ng pagre-recycle ng mga nutrient sa pagitan ng organismong ito na lumikha ng balanse at makakalikasang sistema ng pagpapalaki na may kaunting epekto sa kapaligiran. Number 3, water quality monitoring. Sa kalidad ng tubig ay nasisiguro ang kalusugan ng naninirahan sa dagat sa pamamagitan ng pag-aalaga ng mga nutrisyon, alat at polusyon na maagang natutukoy at naaaksyonan ng mga mangingisda at masigla ang kapaligiran ng yamang dagat. Number 4, global programs. Emphasize this program are the resilient methods, participation of the monsoon and economic development, while appreciating the marine resources and the biodiversity of the ocean. Eco-friendly feed, reducing the use of wild fish in feed by incorporating plant-based or insect-based. Alternative can significantly lower environmental pressure. Site selection and design, careful placement of aquaculture facilities minimize disruption to sensitive ecosystems and ensures natural water flow. Disease control and biosecurity. Sustainable practices include reducing reliance on antibiotics and using vaccines or natural methods to prevent disease outbreaks.
Call to action. Raise awareness, highlight the importance of sustainable practices in marine ecosystem, emphasizing the role of seaweed and coral reef in maintaining biodiversity. Individual action. Suggest ways people can contribute such as reducing plastic use, supporting sustainable seafood, or learning more about marine conservation. We need to reduce plastic, cellophane, and other material that cause or affect our environment. Let's also not throw garbage into the sea because it has a big impact on our environment. Community involvement. Promote local initiatives like beach cleanup, citizen science project, or community-led seaweed farming effort. It is important to clean our environment, especially in the beach, so that we maintain cleanliness and it will help us as well as our environment. Policy advocacy. Encourage engagement with policymakers to prioritize ocean health and invest in conservation program. Investing in conservation program can help protect marine ecosystem, promote sustainable fishing practices, and support coastal community. Partnership. Showcase opportunity for collaboration between government, organization, scientists, and local communities to protect marine habitat. The government and other organization and local community support each other. They can plan and they talk about what is the right to do to protect our marine habitat. Conclusion, marine habitat like coral reef, mangrove, seagrass bed, and deep ocean ecosystem are vital not only for sustaining biodiversity but also for human well-being, from food security to climate regulation. Among these, seaweed play a pivotal role in maintaining ecological balance, supporting livelihood, and reducing carbon emission. However, threats like pollution, overharvesting, and climate change continue to endanger this habitat. Through sustainable practices such as eco-friendly seaweed farming, integrated aquaculture, and active community involvement, we can protect and preserve marine ecosystem for future generations. Together, we can build a harmonious relationship with our ocean, ensuring a thriving environment for marine life and humanity. Let's take action now to safeguard this precious habitat and embrace sustainable living.